Prepare IAS Coaching. It is one of the best coaching institutes for IAS and PCS preparation in Lucknow. You can contact them on this address and this mobile number to get further guidance for your preparation. So, hello everyone. In this video, we will do the daily current affairs analysis of 13th October 2021. The topics which we will discuss are Malabar exercise among the Quad nations, the Anti-Corruption Working Group, International Energy Agency, Central Zoo Authority, and the International Day of Girl Child. So first news is Malabar exercise among the Quad nations. Why it is in news? The US recently said the magnitude of the Malabar exercise in relation to the large-scale drills could grow in the future, and it was to Quad partners to discuss opportunities for its extension. So, background of this news: India, US, Japan, and Australia have launched the second phase of the Malabar naval exercise in the Bay of Bengal, with the task of seeking to build upon the cooperation which was built in the first phase held in August. About Malabar, in 1992, Malabar began as a two-state maritime operation between India and US. It was expanded into a three-dimensional format with the introduction of Japan in 2015. About the quadrilateral formation includes Japan, India, United States, and Australia. All four countries have the similarly democratically elected governments and the same trade interests and maritime security that are uninterrupted. The idea was first introduced by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007. However, the idea could not move forward as Australia pulled out of it. Importance of Quad. Quad is an opportunity for like-minded countries to share ideas and participate in projects of common interest. Members share an open and free Indo-Pacific view. It is one of the many channels of communication between India, Australia, Japan, and the US, and should not be seen in a special context. So, why is China so concerned about these changes? So, Beijing has long opposed the democratic coalition in the Indo-Pacific region. It sees the quadrilateral maritime as Asia NATO, which only wants to contain China's rise. Also, during the bilateral relations with China, India's intention to include Australia in the Malabar Agreement can only be understood as a step initiated against Beijing. So, prelims hot-link topics are composition of members, Malabar training with participants, Asia Pacific versus Indo-Pacific region, geographical overview, important islands in the South China Sea, islands in the Indian Ocean region, and related effects such as 6-degree channel. The source of this news is this article from Indian Express. You can read this. Next is the Anti-Corruption Working Group. So why it is in news? The G20 Working Group on Anti-Corruption for the first time has included sports as clearly within its jurisdiction and thus has reached an agreement on high-level principles of prevention and combating corruption. All about the ACWG. It was launched by G20 leaders at the 2010 Toronto conference. It is responsible for reviving and implementing the G20 anti-corruption program, submits its reports to the G20 leaders. It works closely with and supports the activities of relevant international organizations, including the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the United Nations and World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the Financial Action Task Force. So, what is the G20? The G20 is an annual conference of leaders from economically and rapidly developing countries. Its members make up 85% of the world's GDP and two-thirds of its population. The G20 summit is officially known as the Conference on Financial Markets and the Global Economy. Genesis of G20. Following the Asian financial crisis in 1997-1998, it was agreed that the participation of major emerging markets is necessary in the management of the global financial system, and G7 finance ministers agreed to establish a G20 finance ministers meeting and the central bank executive meeting in 1999. Full G20 membership countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, and European Union. So these countries are very important from prelims point of view. There was a question on this in prelims 2020, so you have to remember this. So what is a G20 plus? The G20 developing countries, also known as the G21, G23, or the G20 plus, is an association of developing countries that was launched on August 2003. Its origins can be traced to the Brasilia Declaration signed by the foreign ministers of India, Brazil, and South Africa on June 6, 2003. The G20 plus caters for 60% of the world's population, 26% of agricultural exports, and 70% of its farmers. So prelims hotline topics are G20 versus G20 plus and the G7 versus G8. Objectives and the small groups. Summary of territories in member states, overview of the Brasilia Declaration of 2003, who is hosting the G20 Leaders Conference in 2020, when was the anti-corruption team found. The source of this news is this article from on the G20 website. You can read that. Next is what is International Energy Agency. So why it is in news? The International Energy Agency has invited India, the world's third largest consumer of energy, to become a full member. Its impact. The proposal, if approved, would require New Delhi to increase oil reserves to a 90-day requirement. Current strategic oil reserves equal to 9.5 days of its need. Background: in March 2017, India became a joint member of the IEA. About the IEA, established in 1974 under the aegis of the OECD, the IEA is an independent government agency. Its mission is guided by four areas of focus: energy security, economic development, environmental awareness, and globalization. Headquarters Secretariat are located in Paris, France. Roles and responsibilities: it was founded in the wake of the 1973-74 oil crisis to help its members respond to the massive disruption of the oil supply, a role that continues to be fulfilled till today. The IEA's mandate has expanded over time to include monitoring and analyzing global energy trends, promoting sound energy policy, and promoting international technology cooperation. Its composition: it currently has 30 members and 8 association countries. To be a member of IEA, a country must be a member state of the OECD, but not all OECD members are members of the IEA. So this is also very important from the prelims point of view. So next, to become a member, the country must show that it has crude oil reserves equal to 90 days of net import last year, which the government has access to immediately, even if not directly owned, and can be used to address global oil supply disruptions. Demand prevention programs to reduce consumption by 10%. Legislation and order implementation of responsible emergency response measures (CERM) nationally. Legislation and measures to ensure that all oil companies under their jurisdiction report details when requested. Existing measures to ensure the capacity to contribute to its IEA Joint Action Plan. Reports released by IEA, Global Energy and CO2 Status Report, World Energy Outlook, Earth Power Statistics, Earth Power Ratings, Energy Technologies Ideas. So prelims hotline topics are various reports released by the IEA, OECD and OPEC formation, who can become members, top producers and importers of crude oil worldwide, who are the members of IEA, what type of IEA member is India. So this is the source of this news. You can read this. Next is the Central Zoo Authority. It is a film specific topic. So why it is in news? Vision Plan 2021-2031 for Indian zoos has just been released. The Vision Plan aims to develop Indian zoos and strengthen the Central Zoo Authority. About the Central Zoo Authority (CZA), it is the official body that controls zoos in India. It was founded in 1992. The main objective of the authority is to complement and strengthen national efforts to conserve the country's rich ecosystem, especially wildlife, in line with the 1998 zoo policy. Key activities: It enforces the minimum standards and practices for protecting and caring of animals. Every zoo in the country needs to get CZA recognition for its setup and functioning. So this is the source of this news. You can read that article. So next is the International Day of Girl Child. It is a prelim specific topic. Every year, October 11 is celebrated as the International Girls' Day. This event demonstrates the value of teenage girls and their efforts to gain strength and power by creating opportunities for them. The United Nations General Assembly on December 19, 2011 adopted a resolution declaring October 11 as the International Girl Child Day. Theme of this year is I Digital Generation, Our Generation. About the Beijing Declaration, it was the first conference to identify and address the rights of girls held in 1995 at the International Conference on Women in Beijing. Countries unanimously agreed to the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, known as the best policy ever to promote the rights not only of women but also of girls. The source of this news is this article from on WHO website. You can read that to get better understanding on this topic, on overall on the women empowerment issue also. So thanks a lot for watching the analysis video. Have a nice day.